Let me ask you about, as you know, there's already been a controversy about a position he took when interviewed by the Louisville Courier Journal, or Journal Courier, I should say, about this, and it's a philosophical debate about the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the part that bans discrimination in private businesses. I understand the difference between public and private. I also understand that this is not a matter of being, he's very clear, he's not a racist, he would have marched with Martin Luther King. I don't want to in any way, shape, or form suggest that there's any racism here in this philosophical debate.
Right.
But,
okay, that's
but,
nice.
but it is a philosophical debate, and perhaps you can characterize it your way, but there is a lot of controversy about the idea that we should allow private businesses, if he had his way, to, and then perhaps your way as well, to allow discrimination. For example, allow only blacks to sit at lunch, or whites to sit at lunch counters, and deny blacks.
Yeah. But, you know, don't you think they've resurrected this? I mean, that was settled in 1960 before he went to grade school.
Correct.
To bring this up and being the big issue when the issue of the days is, you know, financial crises and war going on. So this, to me, seems disingenuous to have him hit. But at least you had the courtesy to say that you know there's no racism involved.
Right.
And I absolutely hate it. It is philosophic, and the position is really, he's actually taken a position very close to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King wanted to repeal laws. He believed in boycotts. He believed in peaceful disobedience. Those are the things that libertarians believe in. In property rights, we do see property, but we don't distinguish between your house and your business. That's all private property. How do you draw these lines? If you want your personal privacy protected, if you want your religious protection, if you want your choices on sexual activities protected, that means your house has to be sacred. But you say, oh, yes, but it's unfair, it's unfair. But think of all the unfair things and the ugly things that come out of the First Amendment. But to me, it's a moot point. I thought the great people in the 50s and the 60s were people like Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson. Yeah. I mean, that's how real integration occurred. But where did the real segregation come? From government. Government endorsed slavery. Government endorsed the segregation law. Governments endorsed... How long did the government have segregation of armed forces? Up until the World War II. So to say that we who defend private property are labeled racist, I think that's... and you didn't.
I want to be very clear about that. I'm
others,
not... Yeah.
You didn't do it. But I think that recognizing private property and the role of government in segregation is what we're trying to make a point. But once again, this wasn't the prevailing issue in the campaign in Kentucky, and it's not going to be because it's been settled. Economic power is wonderful. Because who would say, let's say I believed in this and I want to prove this point and I want to put a sign up, I'm only going to serve such and such. That would be stupid. Wouldn't it be stupid business? I mean, that's all past, it's all done. To make this an issue, I think is very, very unfair. And of course, others have jumped on it. And I don't mind you bringing it up because you've always been very fair and above board on issues like this.
Well, it is an issue, at least in this particular news cycle, so I'd be remiss if I did not bring it up.
Yeah, right.
But by the way, there still is a segregation in the military in terms of don't ask, don't